Pamela, we've been doing this introduction to the Enneagram now for 5 weeks. What do you make of it so far?
Well, I think it's fabulous. It's helped me understand myself, and it's helped me understand the people that I live with and work with, and other people, just that we're not the same. We don't think the same. We're not on the same wavelength all the time, and that's okay to be like that.
Brilliant. Would you recommend this workshop?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Margaret, self-awareness and the Enneagram, what do you make of all this?
Well, I think the Enneagram is absolutely fantastic. It has given me a great insight into lots of things about myself and my relationships with my husband, my children, and other work colleagues. And I just think it's a wonderful experience.
Thank you. Would you recommend it?
Yes, I would 100%, because Moya, I love your passion and your knowledge of the Enneagram, and you're a wonderful teacher.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Laura, what did you make of this Enneagram?
I found it very insightful in finding a whole lot out about myself, feeling comfortable with my flaws and my positives. It's helped me understand family members. It's done wonders for my marriage. And I wish I had found this before, because it's really, really enjoyable.
Thank you. So self-awareness is something then that you are experiencing. Tell me this now, as a young mum, what about mindfulness and the Enneagram in the classroom? Do you think a little bit of gentle meditation for our young children would be beneficial?
I think so, yeah. Especially as they're going from young children into maybe teenage, for to help settle their, not insecurities, but their wonders of how they're growing up, to help settle and ground them a wee bit, where I would maybe spend time to keep them calm and like talk to them a wee bit of what I've learned about myself, that I can interpret it to them.
Brilliant. Would you recommend the Enneagram for couples?
Yeah, most definitely. My husband's even intrigued about what I'm telling him, and everybody that I've spoke to about it's really intrigued by the whole thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you make of this Enneagram?
Well, I'm Brenda, and I'm a number 8. So I've learned that number 8s aren't really that bad. We're very loud and we come across very ignorant and rude. But I've learned that I have got my good points, and I have learned to understand myself more. And my husband, who is also an 8, my children, who are 6, 5, 4. So therefore, I can give them their own space and let them develop in their own time. I would recommend the Enneagram to schools, also counsellors, because it is part of the person themselves. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this class, and Moya is a fabulous teacher.
Thank you very
And
much,
thank
Brenda.
you, Moya.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. This Enneagram workshop, do you think a similar workshop would work for professionals?
I definitely do. It would definitely work really well in the care side of the whole thing, to let people understand how other people are feeling, because sometimes we get mixed up in how we feel. We think they're feeling the same, and they're absolutely not, because we're all different.
Okay, so from colleague to colleague, the Enneagram would be a good skill to have.
Definitely would.
And from colleague then to the person that you would be working with, would that be helpful to know their Enneagram style?
Yes, very much. So the people we actually care for have learning disabilities, so it's hard for them to express words. So we have to pick up on how they feel, and that would be good for us.
It would indeed.
To know
it would
how
indeed.
we feel.
Excellent. Because the Enneagram also now brings into consideration auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learning. You know, the way some people read about things and that makes sense. Some people need to hear something and that makes sense. And other people are kind of hands-on. They learn by experience, you know.
Yeah.
And I watched recently a beautiful program on TV about very young children. And the professionals were there with their cameras, and they were watching the interaction of the young children.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to me at that tender age, you know, that there were a few little traits of Enneagram types coming up with them, you know, so that they could be individuals and also part of a group, part
it's
of a
great
team.
learning for them. Great learning for them to let them about bullying and all in schools or in any groups. It teaches that child how the other child feels when it's bullied and how not to do that. Be better than some of the teaching they're getting now.
Very good. So mindfulness practice is important for our young
Very
people.
important for our young children to learn. Very important.
Yeah. And then I'll finish just by saying thank you to the group that I've been here with on Monday evenings for the past 5 weeks. I've thoroughly enjoyed
And
this.
so have we, Moya. Thanks very much for giving us all your knowledge about it.
I really have.
Greatly, greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I really, really have. And it is my wish, as a finish now, just to say if our world leaders, would take on board the knowledge of the Enneagram, I think it would serve them well in today's.
And serve us well too.
And serve us well too.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name's Moya Morris, and I'm a teacher of the Enneagram in the narrative tradition. I've spent this past 5 weeks here in Belfast teaching a workshop, Introduction to the Enneagram. And I would like to say to everybody who participated, my heartfelt thanks to you. My heartfelt thanks.